Hello, thank you for joining me. What you heard there was a tapping lick in B minor with a pretty large range of note range here, all the way from a low B to a high D, and it sounds really cool. Of course, you could take this B minor idea here and sort of just walk up and down from it. So it's not just for this cool little lick here, but you can sort of go back and forth, which is kind of nice. So you have that range there to work with and put it in other keys and really have fun with the minor arpeggio like that. So here we go, let's get started. Alrighty then, here we go. Starting from the 7th fret, the low E on the B string here, B, and you are going to tap from nowhere on there, and then hammer or tap or hammer from nowhere to the 5th fret of the 5th string, and then hammer on to the 9th fret of the 5th string, tap onto the 14th, tap onto the 17th. So this is what we got. So we got 7, 5, 9, 14, 17, and then from there you're going to jump up and start with the left hand on the 12th, 11th fret of the 3rd string, hammer onto the 12th fret of the 2nd string, hammer onto the 10, hammer onto the 14, and then hammer onto 19, and then 22. And then from there you're going to pull off. Actually, let's stop right here on this B note. So we're going to go from this B to this B here. And let's see that up close so we can get an idea. Okay, starting from the 19, here tap onto the 22nd, pull off to the 19, pull off to 14, pull off to 10, hammer onto 12 with the 2nd string, 11 on the 3rd string, and then we are going to tap onto the 19th fret of the low string, 6th string, and then you are going to tap onto the 22nd fret, and then hammer from nowhere onto the 11th fret of the 3rd string, hammer to 12 on the 2nd, hammer to 10 on the 1st, hammer to 14, and then hammer to 19, hammer onto 20, and then a pull off, and you're going to do a quick bend right there, pull off to 17, bend up to whole step. So let's take a look at that up close. Okay, on to the second part of the lick. It starts from a hammer from nowhere onto the 14th fret, and then hammer onto the 17th fret, tap onto the 19th fret, tap onto the 20th fret, pull off to 19, you're going to pull off to 17, pull off to 14, back onto, hammer on back onto 17, and then tap onto 19, tap onto 22 again, pull off to 19, and at this point I shift down to the 14th fret with this hand, and then pull off to 12, hammer back onto 14, and then tap onto 17, tap onto 19, pull off, tap to 17, and then you're going to shift again to the 12th fret, pull off to 10, hammer back onto 12, tap onto 14, tap onto 17, pull off to 14, and then you're going to pull off, tap to 12, and that's where I sort of end it with a little blues thing from 12, 10, back to 12, so it ends on a B note there. So let's take a look at that up close. Here we go. All right, well, that does it. Thank you for joining me again. And until next time, take care. Tap that axe. See ya. Later,